Hello guys, Jared Griffiths here, and I'm going to review the Laurel and Hardy film Bonnie Scotland, directed by James W. Horne and starring Oliver Hardy, Stan Laurel, as well as June Lang, William Janney, Anna Gray, Vernon Steele, and James Finlayson. So basically, this is about Laurel and Hardy go to Scotland because basically Stan Laurel is of, according to this film, he's of Scottish descent, and basically his grandfather, Sandy McLaurel, has passed away, and basically he's gone there to inherit a snuff box from him, and basically when they get it's funny, it's quite disappointing what they have in this, that's what they get, but then Ollie falls in the river and gets sick and they have to stay there, and basically then towards the end they get into the army, and yeah, so basically this is a very funny film, and it's a significant film because after this one Laurel and Hardy just did feature films. They stopped doing shorts after this. Yeah, this DVD, I believe it is a Slovak DVD, if you can see from that there and also that there, but also what's weird is that all of this is in English, so I don't know if that's just a thing they do. I also have it on this DVD with The Devil's Brother and Bonnie Scotland, and this is an American DVD. It's yeah. So yeah, they have both of the movies on the same disc, and then they have the special features on this disc. So yeah, I do think this film is very funny. Yeah, and the reason, another thing is these ones are not part of the big box set with all the other Hal Roach ones, and the reason why is because the other Hal Roach ones, now that box set is released by Universal, and both of these ones are owned by Warner Brothers. Don't know why couldn't think of the name. But yeah, and also both of these are longer than the average Laurel and Hardy feature film. Usually their feature films are just 1 hour long. The Devil's Brother is 90 minutes long, and Bonnie Scotland is 80 minutes long. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. And they both have commentaries on this. This one, The Devil's Brother, has a commentary by Richard W. Ban, and Bonnie Scotland has a commentary by Richard W. Ban and also Leonard Maltin. So yeah, this is a very good film. I will say they had a pretty forgettable love story with Stan Laurel's Scottish cousin. And yeah, that was quite forgettable, and they do talk about that in the commentary on that. Back then they used to have, like, in comedies they'd have the comedy stars, and then they'd have a serious love story, and the love story was not that interesting, and yeah. And also interestingly, this is a film mostly set in Scotland, but James Finlayson, David Torrance and Mary Gordon are the only actors in this who are actually Scottish. And of course James Finlayson, he's regular foil in the Laurel and Hardy films, and Mary Gordon, she was also in Pack Up Your Troubles and also Way Out West. And don't really know who David Torrance is, but yeah, and there's also a scene in The Office where the date says June 16, which is Stan Laurel's birthday. So yeah, that's an interesting fact. And I liked one funny scene where Oliver gets ill and he's sneezing in the river, and the river basically comes out. Yeah, that was so funny. And I love how when they do feature films, when they have them go to different places, you know, like this, and also like Chump at Oxford, where they go to Oxford College in England, and Swiss Miss, where they go to Switzerland, and yeah, it just makes it more worthy of having a longer runtime, and yeah, and I do prefer them. I like them when they did the shorts as well. I think, yeah, it's kind of sad that after this they just did feature films and no more shorts. The last short they did was a short called One Good Turn, which is pretty funny short. But yeah, it is a very funny film. Definitely do check it out. Yeah, very funny, and yeah, apart from the romance with Stan Laurel's Scottish cousin, who's played by what is it, June Lang. You know, the movie is very memorable, you know, for the Scottish you know, setting, and yeah, great film. Bye. So recently I requested Blaze the Movie Fan on YouTube to review a Laurel and Hardy movie, and he really enjoyed it as well, so I'll put a link to his video in the description that I requested him to make. So yeah, bye.